Hello friends, welcome to today's create a basketball. Okay, so this is the demo that I'm showing to you right now what you're going to create and it's super easy. Okay, so let's start the game. This is a basketball game. Okay, so here you can see you need three sprites. One is the sprite cat, then the hoop and then the basketball. Okay, so using all these we are first going to the basketball game. Okay, so let's start the session. So in this session what I'm going to first do is take a backdrop called wall. Okay, so let's create the wall. Okay, and here we have this sprite. Okay, now let's create a hoop. For that what you have to do is go to choose a sprite and then take the paint. Okay, now I am going to draw the hoop using the circle without the fill. Okay, so go to fill, take this and let's draw it. Okay, now let's change the color to yellow. Okay, so now you know that it's too big. So what we need to do is take the arrow key, click on this and let's just reduce its size. Okay, so now this is how it is to be. Okay, this is the hoop. Okay, so what we have to do is go to sprite 2, just change the name to hoop. Okay, so now you know that sprite 2 is hoop and the sprite 1 is the cat. Okay, now what do you need? You need a basketball. Go to choose a sprite and choose the option called basketball. Okay, so now you have all the three sprites as well as the hoop. Okay, now let's first go and create a variable called score. Make a variable and make it score. Okay, got it? Now let's make this sprite cat jump first. Okay, so for that, let's go take the first block to be when flag clicked. What you have to do is go to variables, take let's score to 0 because initially while starting the game it will be 0, right? So now what we are going to do is we have a velocity. So what is velocity? Velocity means once when you're standing you don't have a velocity. Okay. Once when you start jumping you have got the velocity. Okay. Let's create a variable called y velocity. We are using this y because it's standing upwards. Okay. It's moving up which is in the y direction or in the vertical direction. Let's click on this mark so that it will be showing the velocity. Okay. Now let's from the variable itself let's take set y velocity to 0 because initially your sprite cat is standing. Okay. So go to control, take forever. Let's give change y by something. Okay, which means you are jumping means your y is going to change. Okay. So let's give change y by which velocity? Y velocity. Okay. Now let's create a if loop. Okay. If your position is greater than minus 130, then it should be jumping downward itself. Okay. Go to operators. Take if your y position is greater than minus 130. Okay. So let's take this. Go to the motion. Take y position. Okay. Now what will happen? Should be changing the y velocity by minus 2. Okay, why we are doing this? Because if it is minus 130 greater than minus 3, then it should be jumping downward itself. Okay, so now you know that it has moved downward because it was standing on the y greater than minus 130. Okay, that is the only reason why it moved downward. Okay, now let's go to control. Take a if take if y position is less than minus 130. Motion, take y position less than minus 130. Set y to 130. Okay, which means we are setting it to minus 130 and let's set the velocity to 0. Okay, if it is then minus 50, then your y velocity is 0 and it will set your y to minus 130. Okay, so let's see that it's now standing there. Okay, now once when you press the y, it should be moving upward. Okay, so for that go to control, go to events and take when y when up arrow is pressed. Okay, if your up arrow is pressed, it should be moving up. Okay, go to control, take if operator equal to. Okay, if your y position is equal to minus 1, then what will happen? Your velocity will be changing by 25, which means it will be moving upward. Okay, go to variables, you set y velocity to 25. Okay, so now you can see that your sprite cat is moving upward. Okay, so now it should be moving like forward and backward, right? So what you have to do is take when flag is okay, I just mistakenly took this. Okay, that is the reason why it went up. Okay, go to events, take when flag clicked, control forever, then take if key left arrow is pressed, what should happen? Change y by minus 10. Okay, now to make it move forward and to make it look reality, what we are going to do is take the next question. Okay, so now what we are going to do is take the control if sensing key right arrows pressed, change x by 10 and let's give next costume. Okay, so now you can see that it's moving forward backward, right? But it's not changing the direction. For that what you have to do is go to motion, take point in direction 90 and place it here, and in the left arrow take it as minus 90. Okay, so now when you click this, you know that like what is happening, it's moving like this, right? So what we need was it should be moving in the opposite way, right? So let's try with minus 180 and you know that what is happening, it's moving in this way, right? So what you have to do is click on the sprite, go to the direction and enable this. Okay, so now if you give minus 90, what will happen? It will change its direction. Okay, so now you can see that it's changing the direction. So I hope you understood how to create this sprite cat and it's moving upward. So now let's code the basketball. Okay, so click on the basketball here and let's go to when flag clicked. What will happen? You are not able to see the basketball. Okay, only when you click the space bar, then only your basketball should be coming. Okay, so let's give as hide, go to control, take forever. If you press your space, key, space pressed, go to control, take, create, curve of myself. Okay, now let's give wait 1 second. Then what will happen? Only after each second your ball will be created. So let's try to give like 0.3 seconds. Okay. So now let's give when I start as a clone, what should happen? You should be able to see the ball. Okay. Let's give like show. Now go to sound and let's give chart sound pop. Okay. You will have a popping sound. Now you know that you can just hear a popping sound. Okay, it is not moving because we haven't given any blocks to move. Okay, now it should be coming within the sprite cat. Okay, so what you have to do is go to instead of the random position, let's choose the cat. So now your sprite, your basketball is being created from the cat. Okay. Now let's create a new variable called ball falling. Okay, so let's create a new variable called ball falling. Now what you have to do is set the ball falling to 24. Okay, so now let's disable this because we don't want to see what is the rate at which the ball is falling. Okay, now go to control, take, repeat until, go to operators, take which is less than, and let's take the y position. Okay, if your y position is less than 130, then only your ball should be falling. Okay, so let's take it to be y position less than minus 130. What should happen? You should give change x by x, which means it should be moving. Okay, no, it should be moving in the horizontal way. Now let's give the y position to be ball falling. Okay, so let's give change y by what should be it? It should be like go to variables, take ball falling and place it here. Okay, so now you know that it is moving upward, but it's moving very upward, right? It's not in the position like how we throw a ball. Okay, so now let's create like change ball falling by -2. Okay, so now you know that it's like giving you a very small round, right? Now let's give turn 6 degrees. Okay, then only you will be able to get that correct path of the ball. Okay, so now you know that like it's like falling like this. Okay, can you see that? It exactly looks like how you are throwing a ball, isn't it? Up to this much, I hope it is clear. Okay, so now let's give if it touches the loop, what should happen? If touching, let's give the color or the, let's give touching the hoop, what it should be doing? It should be changing the score by 1. Okay, let's make it to score. and let's give delete this clone. Okay, scroll down from the control, take delete this clone. Okay, and at last we have to give something like hide. Okay, otherwise it will be showing again and again. Okay, so for that we are going to give a hide. Now let's see whether it works properly, and you can see that while touching it has been disappeared. So if it is falling downward also, what is happening? You are not able to see it like falling there, right? So now if I don't give hide means you will be able to see the ball there down. Okay, can you see that? So in order to avoid that, what we are doing is we are giving this hide. Okay, I hope up to this much is clear. Now let's move on to the code of the hoop, because what happens, your hoop is going to glide from one position to another position, and you have to run and then put the ball. Okay, for that what you do is go to events, take tablet, go to control, take forever, go to motion, take glide, 1 second. Okay, so let's change it to 0.5 seconds. Now I'll show you what happens if it is in 1 second itself. Okay, go to operators, you pick random here both, and let's set the position to minus 240 to 240, and the y is to be minus 50 to 105. Okay, so now let's see that the hoop is also moving, right? So if it is 1 second means it's not moving that much, right? So let's give like 0.5 seconds. Okay. Okay, so now you can see that your score is increasing and you are able to put the ball into the basket or into the hoop. Okay, I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please like the video, do share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to my channel so that you will get another creative games. Okay, so if you haven't watched my other games videos, please do watch and try to create them. Okay, and also don't forget to drop your feedback in my comment box. Okay, see you in the next video with some other new interesting games. Bye.